somebody is an expert and know what this man is all about, where he going, how far he going. But if he's clean and upright, like Imam Deen Mohammed, a man of God, of faith, and such sincerity and such insight, it's hard to find a flaw. So Satan comes in and he creates things and paints these pictures. So Imam Muhammad knew he was up against something real difficult. So, being a man of a scientific thinker of knowledge, he come up with a strategy of how. And I don't have to go through the history, so you know he had a strategy, because he was extremely successful. That there's a brother that's doing his thesis on doing his doctorate on Imam Deen Mohammed right now, and because of that, and I could see the energy in his eyes. I said, when I heard him speaking to me, I said, I'm gonna help this brother the best I can, because he said his energy in his eyes. He said people do not know. They know little about Imam Muhammad and his ability and as a strategist, and to come in and deal with serious issues and come out successful and see his plan successful. So I came in a similar situation, and I said, well, how am I going to deal with this? How am I going to get people to know what is my desire, my intent for the community? And what I wanted to see, that I knew since a young man, since I was first introduced to Imam Muhammad's son, that a lot of people were struggling against it. You know, everybody's an expert on who I am, what I'm about, where I'm going to be next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, next 10 years, 20 years. And they also had issues that we have of jealousy and envy, and, you know, we all in the same, you know, the crab in the barrel syndrome that Imam Muhammad dealt with. He just like me. We're going to find some fault, and he ain't supposed to go nowhere. So it's a great blessing when you see something that you turn to Allah, and I asked Allah, I said, well, naturally we want to follow Allah's guidance. And I asked Allah, well, to support me in coming in here and trying to take what little resources we had and put them to the best use for the community. First, to preserve and save what we had and put them to the best use. And I had Allah's help, because the believers here were sincere. And I said, well, if the issue now and the focus is on Wallace all day long, that you don't have to look at me if I'm leading the work, if I'm responsible for the work, you should join me and help me. So I said, well, I'm going to take the focus off of me, and I'm going to step back and have these first Sunday meetings. Now, Imam Muhammad gave me some big help by naming the meetings here First Sunday. Because a lot of you I see you sitting in these audience, used to ask me, was I Imam Muhammad's first son? I said, yeah, my mother told me, my father told me, and they kept coming back and asking. I said, well, they said, why you call this brother your brother? I said, well, because he is my brother. I said, if I was in my father's shoes, I would have raised him as the son also. So situations like that made it difficult that we always have these conclusions that we come in mind. But when they were asking questions, I said, I wish people would ask me more questions. I said, because Allah's my witness, since I was a small child, Imam Deen Mohammed, my father, never was without a good answer that satisfied me, no matter what I asked him. And he had strategies and solutions to many of the questions that we asked for. And for one, you have to deal with this Sister Renee. Well, the sister was asking a question. We have to take it one. We can't look at the whole society and look at all of our children, all of our youth, and come to a conclusion. And we have to open our eyes and look for the best of our community and look for the best youth and give them support and let Allah take care of His nature. Allah, you think Allah is not able to manage or lord over His creature that He created? When it's something that we can't handle or manage ourselves, that we should know with confidence and with faith that Allah is taking care of that person and taking good care of them. And Allah also gave the person and the people in the society, that's the beauty of our society we live in America, that a human being, a brother that was very close to Imam Muhammad, and well respected in our community and well respected in our country, by our country, brother, he said he never understood. He saw so much just decadence and destruction and immoral life being in the African American community. He said, you know, how is it that you can have, after being in the line of work that he was in, how can you continue to have compassion and view these people as human beings that destroy their lives, destroy the lives of people around them, and are just a blight on the society at large? And Imam Muhammad said he gave them the same free will that you have. So they're free, just like you're free to serve Allah and worship Allah. They free if they choose to destroy themselves. They have the same right that you have. They can destroy themselves if they like. And we have to trust Allah. We're Allah's creation. So, alhamdulillah, I believe the strategy is to do what most good parents and most families do when it comes to having concern and taking care of our young people, is to, like they say, a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. Focus on one. Don't focus on the whole. If you can help one, if you can save one, it's as if you have saved the entire community. Let's start with one. Let's leave the whole of humanity, to save the whole humanity, and trust Allah. You know, we have to have faith. We have to increase our faith if we want to see things in life happen better. But alhamdulillah, on that note, y'all can ask me questions anytime. Imam W. I still stand by him. We had communities. We were successful. We've been down this road. We had communities. I came up in the community where I didn't see any fear or want the common fears that for poverty or where's my future, who's going to protect me, who's going to provide for me. I didn't come up that way. I went to Clare Muhammad School on Stony Island. I was surrounded by people who loved me and who respected me and treated me with respect, and whom I loved and respected and treated with respect, because my parents raised me and let me know, this is your brother, this is my brother, this is my sister. They didn't say blood ties. A lot of my blood family, they was missing in action. I didn't see them. A lot of them, a lot of the blood, they were busy doing whatever avenues or walks of life. But we're a community, and the ties of us, our brotherhood, is in many cases is much closer than the family ties, because we identify with each other. We have the same spirit, same mind. We have the leader, and same leader and teacher, and the same aspirations for this community. I visited a community, a brother, you all know him. He says we're twin communities. You know, he spoke at one time, and I visited their community, and I said, you know, we need to come back and visit their community. It almost was like a little compound. It's like we forget what we had and what the foundation of a community is all about. You have to have a place of work and responsibility, not only for the imams and the men in the community, and not something you just do on a Friday or a Sunday or whatever, a talim, but you have to have something for the whole family. So we need schools. If we worked on having schools, then you have the whole family. You have the babies there, you have the teenagers there, you have the young adults, we have the young married adults with the babies, the grandparents. We have everybody there living as a community and living as a family. And those problems of what's happening to the influence in the minds of our youth, the world would become so small in the minds of because it did with me. I grew up on the south side of Chicago through the 80s, 90s, and everything, just like everybody else. My age. I don't have no tattoos, no earrings. I don't wear my pants down. I don't disrespect my elders. I am not a criminal. I don't involve in crime, and I'm not a womanizer. I don't do any of those things that we fear the society putting on us. And why? Why not? Why? Because the community that I was raised in was much bigger, and still is much bigger than what the deceptions that the world have to offer. This is my world. And if we don't provide an environment, you know, you can't cry about why your baby is sick.